Hello, my name is Mike, and welcome back to The Witcher 2. Last time, we killed King Henselt. We killed the guy we have been protecting for the last, 10 parts. The entirety of Chapter 2, we were trying to protect King Henselt, but he turned out to be kind of a jerk, so we just kind of let Roach here kill him. And all the sorceresses escaped here to Loc Muin, so that's where we are. We're going to try and find Triss, and we're going to try and take out Dethmolt. Yeah, Roach has got a vendetta against Dethmolt, who killed his entire Blue Stripes army. And I've got to find Sheila, because Sheila's pretty important to the plot. I think I need to kill her. And of course, can't forget about Triss and the Witcher that kidnapped Triss. Yeah, there's a lot of things we need to take care of. But we have made our way to Loc Muin, which is apparently an old elven city that was destroyed by invading humans or something like that. I don't know too much about it, but this is where all the sorceresses are supposed to have a meeting, I guess. So we'll try and infiltrate the meeting and sabotage them. But I'm sure it's going to be a lot more complicated than just attacking the sorceresses at the meeting point. So let's go into the ancient elven city and see what we need to do here.
Knights of the Order.
The Order of the Flaming Rose?
This is the last place I'd expect to see Knights of the Flaming Rose.
They're here with Radovid. After losing their foothold in Temeria, they rebuilt their position at the Redanian court. You best stay out of sight. You never know with those bigots.
Yeah, we also had a little disagreement recently. They could be holding a grudge.
I'll explain that your presence in Loc Muin is necessary.
What now? What can we expect to see in the city?
Separate camps, buffer zones, and frequent patrols. Well, that's how it should be organized if those mages from the Conclave have any sense.
Ah, another area of your expertise.
Knights of the Order of the Flaming Rose. Yes, apparently they are not happy with me, if that guy who attacked me in Chapter 2 is any indication.
In the service of the Kingdom of Temeria.
Pass through then. And who might you be?
That's Geralt of Rivia, the man I mentioned.
So you did. Question is, where's the truth in all this? Everyone says the Witcher killed Foltest. You're the only one claiming he didn't.
Vernon's telling the truth. I'm curious, though, why are you here?
You shouldn't even be here.
Radovid invited us.
What exactly are you
I don't know who
doing?
Radovid is.
That's none of your concern. Be along with you.
Looks like Radovid doesn't believe the peace talks will end peacefully.
You can be sure of one thing. Not a soul is to be trusted in this city.
Not a soul to be trusted any time, anywhere, period.
We need to assess the situation. Whoever stationed the knights at Loc Muin's gates is likely to know the most and to have the upper hand.
Okay, lead the way, Roach. Boo, get out of here. Alright, I guess Chapter 3 takes place in a castle. That's my assumption. Maybe the area outside the castle is freely available as well. But for now, let's just follow Roach and see where he's going. Let's try and sort out the main plot.
I don't believe you killed Foltest.
I didn't.
But a bounty is a bounty. I'm sure you understand. As a professional. It's nothing personal.
One more windbag.
Alright. A couple bounty hunters have attacked me. Nilfgaardian soldiers, you can catch fire. Enjoy. And down he goes. Was that all of them? I think that was all of them. Now, if you'll excuse me, I was following Vernon Roach. But I will take your Nilfgaardian leather boots and your superb trousers. Ooh, and there's an arrest warrant for me. Yup, that's not too surprising. Whoa. I have no idea where I am right now. I'm just kind of wandering around, completely lost. Because I got ambushed by those guys, and then Roach ran off. Because I guess he just could not be bothered to help me. Alright. This must be where I need to be.
Hell's bells, who do we have here? Witcher Geralt, the Seeker of Square.
Hello again.
Lands.
What do you want?
Last time Zivik stuck his nose in. This time, he's not around. Fight!
Okay.
Tension means...
Oh. Oh, we're doing a fist fight. Okay. Sure, I can participate in this little fisticuff with you. Maybe I'll punch some information out of you while I'm at it. Face punch. How do you feel about that?
I shall skin him alive. Get you, snitch.
Don't try this again.
He's gonna try this again. He just does not learn. I have completed the A Score to Settle quest. Good. Felicia Corey. Maybe I'll sell some things to you. And she'll change my hairstyle. Ooh. Give me the Centurion Pendulum. That's okay. Not a whole lot of wild hair anymore. You know what? I like that. I like not having a bunch of wild flowing hair. That's good. Alright. And let's trade for some stuff. I got a lot of junk in my inventory. I need to clear that all out. Roach, here you are. Kind of difficult to find, but I found you.
Ready for your chat with Radovid.
Yeah, I guess let's do it.
No reason to delay it.
Follow me then.
Halt!
We're here to meet King Radovid.
Have you been granted an official audience?
We have important news about the recent slaying of monarchs.
We have information about the Kingslayers.
Everyone knows the killer is the Witcher from Rivia.
Then everyone is wrong.
Not my concern. I cannot risk placing the King of Redania in harm's way.
We bring Radovid news that will strengthen his position during the talks. Care to risk his wrath? Besides, this camp is swarming with soldiers. We'd have to be stupid or suicidal to attack Radovid.
Pass then, if your news is so important. But one word from the King and you'll hang. Both of you.
Don't you worry about us.
Good, good. I thought I'd have to do a million side quests to be granted an audience, but no, I can walk right up and talk to the king. King Radovid, who is apparently the last of the kings that, I guess, are on the hit list for the Kingslayers? That's my guess. This might be the last one. Sending away the nobles, good. That'll give us some chances to talk.
Geralt of Rivia.
Your Majesty.
As usual, you turn up where and when you're least expected. And in such company. I never thought they'd make a soldier out of you.
Ha! Yes, well, let's see. Do I want to acknowledge Roach as a friend? Yeah, sure. Roach is... Yeah, he's a friend at this point.
Vernon Roach is a friend. He's in uniform, sure, but that's meaningless.
The world has changed greatly since we met those few months ago. Temeria stands at the brink of civil war. Kaedweni has taken the Pontar Valley by force, and a Nilfgaardian delegation plays a prominent role at the summit of the Northern Kingdoms. Foltest and Demavend are both dead. Though it seems we were signing treaties just yesterday. Henselt was butchered in Vergen.
Yeah, I heard about that. That was terrible news. I can't believe anyone would do that. Isn't that terrible news, Roach? It's horrible. Why have you brought the Knights of the Order here? My liege, I guess?
Why did you bring the Knights of the Order here, Your Majesty?
The Order of the Flaming Rose is here to ensure that the talks remain peaceful. We wish to avoid a second Thaned.
That's fair. And what about the Nilfgaardians?
What's the delegation from Nilfgaard doing here?
Henselt invited them. Before he died.
Shillard Fitzhestelin would never miss an opportunity like this one.
Shillard.
He'll come to the talks and stage his favorite drama.
Good. Where I find Shillard, I'll probably find Silly Sheila and Triss, and maybe the Kingslayer. The bad Kingslayer, not Roach here. I need your assistance, sire. Right?
I've come here for help, Your Majesty.
Wait, Witcher.
Were it not for you, Henselt would have perished at the hands of an assassin. Am I right?
Yes, that's true. News travels fast, doesn't it?
My reputation precedes me yet again.
From soldier to soldier, from whores to barons, right up to the royal ears.
Ah, yes. I am familiar with the Lance Corporal Underground. Yes, Henselt is dead. What's that got to do with anything?
Why do you ask about him, Your Majesty?
Mere curiosity. But I understand if you'd rather not talk about it. Do you know how he died?
What? I can say yes, or I can say I wasn't there with a persuasion option. Well, let's hope I don't fail this persuasion.
I wasn't there.
The first lie of the day, and the negotiations.
Persuasion failed.
How can I help you if you're not honest with me?
It was Roach's revenge, or I killed him. I'm not going to betray Roach's trust like that, but this is obviously a lie. I killed him.
I killed him. Henselt had Roach's unit murdered. I can't call it anything else. In doing that, he signed his own death sentence. When he was looking for Saskia in Vergen after the battle, I cornered him in a hut and I killed him.
It all sounds very noble, Witcher. But a noble lie is a lie nevertheless.
Wow, this guy's perceptive.
I think I know what happened there. Yet even though at least one of you is a Kingslayer, I can possibly use
Well,
you
I
both.
tried.
You said you needed help, Witcher. Tell me more.
Sorry about that, Roach. I guess I'm not a very good liar. But I tried. I tried my damnedest. I don't think there's any way I could improve my persuasion ability. There's nothing in the upgrade skill tree. I have been upgrading my skills off screen. I have been increasing my abilities, but I did not see any place I could put persuasion points or anything. Anyway, since you already know everything, are the Kaedwenis here? You know, the ones that Roach and I have not killed?
Who's representing Kaedwen?
Only the sorcerer Dethmolt and his men are in Loc Muin. But Dethmolt represents himself.
And who is representing Temeria by chance?
If Temeria is in turmoil, then who has arrived to represent it?
Constable Natalis, the hero of Brenna, which is good. His presence is like a slap on Shillard's face delivered by the North.
I've heard of him, I think. I think I have. I'm not entirely sure. I don't think I've met him, but I'm pretty sure I've heard of him. And Silly Sheila de Tanzerville commissioned the regicides, and might be going after your head next.
How do you know?
You have to trust me, sire. That's a persuasion option. Yeah, try and persuade him. Just, you know, I've lied to you twice and you've seen it through it both times, but maybe you'll believe me if I try it. No. We'll just not acknowledge that option. I found out from the dying killer, yeah, that's probably not very convincing. Words from the lips of a dying man don't mean a whole lot, especially if they're killers. Or I know thanks to Dethmold's magic. Yeah, you know what? Dethmold was involved in necromancy and I helped. That's an honest answer. Probably not good for my reputation. I was helping out a necromancer, but we'll go with this one. It seems the most appropriate.
We killed one of them in Eddern. Dethmold used his magic to give me a glimpse of the past. I saw the assassin talking to others. They spoke of Sheila.
One mage's magic shows another's guilt. And it's no ordinary magic, but the forbidden path of necromancy.
It all makes sense. Shillard Fitzestelin warned me about a plot. Apparently, Triss Merigold confessed to him that the sorceresses had set up a secret lodge.
Triss is working with Shillard?
She's been detained as a suspect. Shillard believes the sorceresses of Nilfgaard were also part of the conspiracy. Luckily, the entire amphitheater is under a spell that quells any magic. Otherwise, no one would dare go near all those mages. Well, the talk's beckon. Everyone wants to see Temeria's bitter end.
What do you mean by that, Your Majesty?
The nobles are rebelling in Vizima. Lacking a ruler, they simply want to divide the kingdom into provinces.
Divide Temeria! Shame on the traitors!
Well, it doesn't have to be that way. Anais, the daughter of Louisa and Foltest, lives still. After the Baroness's rebellion, the girl was captured by the Nilfgaardians. The child has become a bargaining chip between the Empire and Kaedwen. My people tell me Anais is here in Loc Muin, in Dethmold's hands. I cannot mount an armed attack on the Kaedwenis. It would be tantamount to declaring war, and we have gathered here to maintain peace. A lone witcher and a former soldier. That would be a different matter. Bring me Anais, Geralt, and I'll salvage a united Temeria, and punish those whose hands are stained with the Temerian king's blood.
Sounds fair. What about Silly Sheila?
What about Sheila?
Easy, Witcher. I have ways to deal with impertinent sorceresses. I have managed to tame Philippa Eilhart. Why shouldn't I do so with Sheila de Tanzerville as well?
Sounds
The girl is most important.
arrogant.
Witcher. I denounce our engagement and make her queen of Redania and Temeria. The nobles of Vizima would greet her on bended knee, and the North would emerge stronger than ever. I must attend these talks, Geralt. Time is short. Bring me the girl, the two of you. Men without country or commander. renegades that no one seems to have taken into account. I, in turn, promise that Sile de Tanzaville will pay for her deeds. I shall punish her with fire and steel.
Okay.
An alliance with Redania is our only chance of preserving Temeria's independence.
It's still risky.
Anais, she's the key.
I still wonder about Busi's death. The boy would have had a stronger claim to the throne.
Maybe Anais can tell us something. It's high time we visited our old friend, Dethmolt.
The Emperor's men hold Triss. They'll get everything they can out of her, after which she'll be dispensable.
If it's between the sorceress's life and Temeria's future, then I've no choice. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, a couple things just happened here. I know Dethmolt, the sorceress that killed all of Roach's men, has the Temerian princess Anais in his possession. And they talked about Busse. I remember at the very beginning of the game, there were two children, a small girl and Busse, the small boy. And I did not see the small boy die, so I don't know what happened to him. Well, maybe if we find Anais, we'll be able to talk to her. But first we have to find her. So, yep, alright, chapter 3 begin.
Roach!
Hello? Goodbye.
Just the person I'd be looking for were I not forced to seek Anais Lavalette. You have much to explain, Brigida Papabrock.
Oh no, you'll not pin this on me. I trusted you and you sent me into a den of vipers. Vipers!
Another Vess?
This is no time for pleasantries, Geralt. Calm yourself, Brigida. You were to watch Foltest's children. I saw nothing dangerous in the task. Obviously, I was wrong, but I need your help. Anais has been kidnapped. Busi is likely dead. I need to know how this happened. I need to know the details.
Yeah, I'm interested
You
too.
knew well what you were getting me into. You know that entire rotting bunch. The Count, the Baron.
Not half as well as you do, my dear. Who were those men?
Not so fast, Roach. I have been hiding in this city for 3 days, scurrying about like a rat. They're hunting me. I'll not let you leave me here.
What do you propose?
Escort me out of the city, to the river.
What will that get you?
I expected I would need to fend for myself. I've secured passage. Take me there, and I will tell you all.
It's a long way.
You've a traitor in your camp, Roach. Perhaps more than one.
Probably not anymore.
What happened to Foltest's bastards is no series of coincidences. It's the result of a clever, treacherous game.
Damn it all. Geralt, I need to look to Anais, learn how we're to get to her. But Brigida might know what happened to Busi. Thus far, we've heard nothing but rumors. Take her to the river.
Okay, I will do that then.
I came here for Triss.
Whatever you decide to do later, so be it. But a traitor in the Temerian camp threatens us all. Escort Brigida, learn what you can.
I'd thank you, Roach, if you weren't such a shit.
I'm counting on you, Geralt. Brigida must get to her destination safely.
Good luck, Roach.
Alright, let's do it. Let's just knock this quest out.
Iconoclast! Iconoclast!
What is going on here? Okay, Gustav, you blocking my path for any real reason?
Renounce.
Okay, whatever. Need to follow Brigida.
Iconoclast.
Escort her to the river.
He asked a favor of me. I was to stay with Foltest's children, watch them, travel with them if necessary. Child's play, the bastard called it. That's how I wound up in the caravan transporting the children to Loc Muin for the summit.
Yeah, that clearly went sour. Tell me more.
Soon enough. We've just got to make it through the forest. It's a short way to the river beyond that. It should be calm.
Alright.
Let's go.
It's not far now. Redlin awaits down by the river, at the end of this path.
Is Redlin another of Roach's contacts?
No, a smuggler. I'd be looking for another way out if he were Roach's man.
Stay behind me.
Lead Brigida to the meeting place. Oh, this is nice. A nice, calm walk through the forest, where anybody could ambush us at any time. The flowers are lovely, though. They're very nice flowers. I know we're going to get attacked, but you know what? Just enjoy the peace while we can. Very nice. Absolutely beautiful is what these flowers are.
It's Roach's bitch! Kill them!
Sorcerer! And archers. Alright, stand behind me. I'm going to take all the arrows to the face so you won't have to. Okay, she is apparently not a bad fighter either. Luckily for you, I have upgraded my fire spell. Bammo! Much stronger now. Now, you Yahoo archers over here on the cliff. You like some fire? Yeah, you can have some fire. Fire for both of you. My fire has been upgraded and hits 2 of you at once. Woohoo! And we're done. Good. Let's continue on.
They were expecting us.
No time to lose. How much further?
Not far. We must stay on this path. It's the shortest way.
You've gotten into some serious trouble.
Alright, we're following the creek. The creek should take us where we need to go. Nice. Very nice and peaceful. This reminds me of my childhood, where I would spend a lot of time by the creek. Oh, but I was not being shot at archers while I was down there in my childhood. No, this is a totally different experience. Brigida's losing a lot of health. I can't stop it. There's just too many of them. Come on, go down. Brigida, come with me. Come here, Brigida. You need to come over here and recover some health first. Then we'll jump back into the fight. Okay, that's good enough. Alright, now, back into the fight. Try to take out these archers. Oh, archers should be nice and weak, I think. And the last one goes down without much of a fight. You're not terribly bad for an informant, for a spy. And we should be coming up on the riverbank soon. Yeah, this creek should be functioning as a tributary to the major river. Ooh, what's down here? Ooh, some twine. Hooray. Yep, here's the main river. Good. And here's a boat, and... Nope, this does not seem right. Looks like this might be a trap. Your escort seems dead.
This is the smuggler I spoke of.
This was the smuggler you spoke of. Someone's coming.
You'll not sail off, you whore! Kill her!
Alright, kill the assailants. I'll do my best. Luckily, my best is pretty good, so take out these bandits as quick as possible and defend Brigida. Sorceress is the thing I gotta worry about the most, I think. You can jump around the battlefield. Makes things a little more difficult. Try and take out the mage. Come on, go down. There we go. And finish off the soldiers. These random bandits. Good. Good. Well, overall bad because your plan has failed.
Thank you. I'd not have survived on my own.
Talk, woman. You've dragged me far away from the city. You owe me an explanation. Who were those men? Who have you been hiding from?
I don't know.
3 days like a rat, you said, and you don't know?
I knew. I mean, I had my suspicions.
So talk.
Tell me. I need to hear about Marivel and Kimbolt, the people that are vying for the throne.
Tell me about the Vipers.
They created this storm.
Are they working together?
I would say they detest one another. Or that's what they wish everyone to believe. The devil only knows.
Seems you got to know the Baron and the Count well. Then there's Roach. Pretty interesting social life, I'd say.
Being a courtier, that was no life for me. I thought it terribly dull and found a remedy.
Searching for excitement shouldn't get you killed.
It's the last time I do anything of the sort.
You can't be sure of that. Is Vernon the only person you do favors for?
I've never betrayed Temeria, if that's what you ask.
Yeah, tell me about the convoy.
What happened to the convoy carrying Anais and Busi? What about the children?
We were ambushed. The caravan was destroyed.
I need details.
We were traveling along the agreed path, with a limited escort so as not to draw attention. The children were in 2 separate wagons, a safety measure, I was told.
Which one were you in?
I was with Anais. One day a messenger appeared with orders for the caravan's commander. A change of plans. We turned north to travel a longer route for safety's sake. Soon after the turnoff, we were attacked.
Did you see what happened to the children?
The driver of Busi's wagon was shot. The horses got spooked and ran off into the forest, taking the wagon with them. When the fighting was done, they found Anais still in her wagon. I turned away for fear of what they might do. They merely grabbed her and fled.
Sounds like Buse might still be alive.
What happened to the caravan commander's orders?
I have them. After they took Anais, the bastards were in a hurry. They didn't even think to search the corpses. Take them.
Thanks. Sure you can manage that boat?
I must. I'll not return to the city. Thank you again, Witcher. and follow this through. You'll do us all a favor.
Alright, we have completed that quest, the Crown Witness. Now I need to talk to Kimbolt about Foltest's children, apparently. Ah, so Baron Kimbolt ordered a change of route, and once the children were on the new trail, the convoy was attacked by unknown assailants. So, yeah, Kimbolt probably led them into an ambush. And Brigida has given me Kimbolt's letter ordering the convoy to change course, thus confirming the story. Okay, so now I need to speak with the nobleman and learn what had prompted him to issue the order. The search for Busi has begun. Alright, we need to find the royal child, the bastard Busse. Who knows where he is, but hopefully we'll find out. And now we're in a Temerian camp, I think, right?
I remember you from visiting.
Oh no, this is a Order of the Red Rose.
Regards.
Yes, you never have anything interesting to say to me, so never mind. And now we are back in Loc Muin. Just need to find Kimbolt. I don't know where he is in this castle, but if I wander around, I'm sure I'll find him. This, I think, is where I need to be.
I believe there's been a misunderstanding, my lord.
Get out, before I call my guards.
And what might I convey?
Nothing.
Baron, sir, you gave your word.
For the last time, out! Tend to this matter.
Baron Kimbolt.
Baron Ravenin Kimbolt, I presume.
Does that Witcher's code of yours exempt you from court etiquette? Does it grant you the right to speak to the Highborn without being asked to do so?
I guess I don't need to introduce myself.
Oh no. I know who you are. Geralt of Rivia. Foltest's other favorite hound alongside Roach. Not purebred. They say you bring trouble wherever you appear.
I try. So what is the situation in Temeria?
What'll happen to Temeria?
Is that a note of nostalgia I hear in your voice? Remembering your service under Foltest, or recalling some romp in the sack with the royal advisor? Whichever it may be, spare me your courtesy. You don't care a lick about my country.
Yeah, that's kind of true. Yeah, screw Temeria. I asked for Roach's sake. I decide what I care about.
I know what I care about. That's why I asked.
Understand this. I'm talking to you only out of respect for Foltest. Out of remembrance for him.
Haven't seen much evidence of that remembrance, aside from the rewards on my head.
They'd have hanged you if not for the testimony of little Anais.
So the girl finally talked.
Whoever that monk was, to me, he was just like you.
Uh-huh. Well, I'm not a killer for hire.
I didn't kill Foltest. That's just one of the things that makes us different.
Really? What else? Honor? Principles?
I'm a witcher. I don't kill humans for coin.
Are you certain it's not just a question of price? Tell me, Geralt. What were you doing at Foltest's side that unfortunate day?
I was fighting for Temeria.
I was doing the right thing. You wouldn't ask that question if I was an ordinary soldier.
But you're not. You're not a soldier. You're not even a Temerian. You're a paid thug. Even if you refuse to acknowledge it. That murky set of principles, values call them. You cast them in the nearest corner when the price is right.
I'm not for sale.
I'm not talking about coin, Witcher. As a freak, you want what you're most often denied. Camaraderie, respect, love.
I know you ordered the convoy to change course. Why?
The convoy carrying Anais and Busi was ambushed. Why?
I'd like to know that myself.
I've seen your letter to Horst Lubbock, the one in which you ordered him to abandon the planned route.
Nonsense! I sent no such letter.
The letter looked authentic, at least.
The letter bears your seal and signature, Baron.
Where is it?
I don't know where it is. I'm not going to give it to you. I don't trust you.
That's immaterial just now.
If that's the situation, I've said all I have to say. I wrote no such letter.
Words come cheap, Baron. I'm finding it hard to believe you.
I care little for what you believe. If this letter exists, we are dealing with a forgery. Whoever is behind this has crossed a Temerian noble, and will be duly punished. My scribe will test the letter and confirm what I claim.
Your people are not credible witnesses.
My claim, my scribe? I'd hardly call that impartial. Maybe I should just deliver the letter to Natalis.
Any accusation will be quickly dismissed. Heed my words, Witcher. It would be unwise of you to jump to any conclusions. Speak with my scribe. There are objective means of examining the letter's authenticity. I promise to pay you well for learning the truth.
The truth does taste better when payment's involved.
Okay, now, see the scribe about the letter's authenticity, or go to Natalis and charge Kimbolt with a crime. Ooh. Whoa. Pretty big decision there I just got thrust
Stop
into.
looking at
Shut
me.
up! See the scribe about the letter's authenticity, or go to Natalis and charge Kimbolt with a crime. Wow. Tough choice. Let's see. Kimbolt says, Honorable Sir, I'm the last man who would tell others how to do their job, knowing even less about leading convoys than about carpentry. This already does not sound like Baron Kimbolt. I hasten to inform you that I deal with wooden items only in the privy. However, with the safety of the Foltest's children in mind, I must warn you and suggest a change to your course. Okay, what I think I'm going to do, and I don't know if this is possible or not, but I think it's the smartest thing I can do. I need to go to Natalis and show him this letter, and then I need to go and confirm whether or not it's a forgery. Oh, he might act... I haven't met Natalis yet. He might act rash. Alright, I'll go see the scribe about the letter's authenticity, and then I'll go to Natalis, depending on what I find out.
Calling me sauced.
Drunker than a bard.
I'm
Won't get
clear
anything
of
out of him.
mind.
Maybe
Like
there's something
a
about testing letters in his notes.
Oh, well, it looks like he's not going to be able to help me, so I guess I'll poke around here and try and solve this myself. Note for a scribe, that might come in handy.
Young alchemist, do as you order.
Many more scribe
Pass
notes
it to
and some
water.
invisible ink. Oh, and Baroness Lavalette interrogation report. A lot of good information around here. Alright, I think I know what I'm doing now. I picked up some invisible ink and some draft paper along with some scribe's notes. So I'll be able to write a note, and then I'll also be able to write on that note with invisible ink. And then I'll be able to test that note that has invisible ink with the scribe's notes. Try and reveal the invisible ink. So that's what I need to do. I need to try and figure out the puzzle here. Let me just do this. The pages have been soaked in a substance that will turn blue when treated with the activator. The activator's composition must be kept secret, but I offer it here in the encrypted form as a reminder. Light, quench, shit, rinse. Thus ye will the facts evince. To read the truth by lies deformed, guano into piss transform. I don't follow any of this. Alright, I guess let's test a draft letter.
I need to make the substance that will bring out the dye and apply it to the letter.
Light. Quench. Shit. Piss. Light, then quench. Alright, I need to light. Add a burnt lime? No. Gently warm the flask. Heat the flask. Add heated copper. Okay, let's heat the flask. No, that's not right. Alright, let's heat the flask, capture the vapors, and douse them with water. That's light, then quench, I think. So light, quench. I guess we add water to the flask then? That's rinse. Light, then rinse, then shit, rinse. Oh, wait. I think I've already screwed this up.
Damn. Destroyed that letter. I need to be more careful.
Alright, we'll try that again. Now, light. So let's heat the flask. I think I already quenched because I heated the flask, captured the vapors, and doused them with water. Okay, so that's heat and then... That is light and quench. Now I need to shit and rinse. I could add guano, that is feces. Although, I need feces later in the recipe. I don't... Add burnt lime to the flask. Add heated copper to the flask. I don't think I have to do any of that. Alright, we'll add guano.
Everything's better with a dash of bird guano.
Ha! And then rinse. So we add water to the flask.
A bit of water.
And that's it, right?
Damn. Destroyed.
Ah!
How did it go?
Light, quench, shit, rinse.
Rinse.
Light. What is the best thing that would signify light? Heated copper? Or heat the flask? Let's try adding heated copper first. Light, quench. So, quench is different from flask. Alright, we'll add burnt lime. That's the thirst quencher, right? Then, shit, I guess guano. And rinse. So we add water.
A bit of water. Damn. Destroyed that
Come
letter.
on.
I need to be more careful.
Alright, I'm just gonna look up the answer to this puzzle because I hate this puzzle. Burnt lime is the light. I never would have put those together.
A little burnt lime.
And then rinse is adding water. That makes sense.
A bit of water.
And then guano.
Everything's better with a dash of bird guano.
And then we heat the flask, capture the vapors, and douse them with water.
Wait for it to dissolve. All right. Let's try this on Kimbolt's letter.
Well, that was a stupid riddle.
Wait for it to dissolve. Smells like piss, but it worked. The sheet's orange, not blue. The letter's fake. Kimbolt had nothing to do with this.
Oh, okay. So the letter itself is apparently forged, I guess. I don't know how you put that together. The page turned orange, not blue, so it was not written on Kimbolt's paper. Oh, okay. So apparently Kimbolt's paper turns orange, not blue. Okay, that's the signature. So, okay, let's go talk to Kimbolt. He was in the correct after all. The letter was indeed forged.
You were right, Baron. The letter's forged.
Of course I was right. I would never seek to hurt Boosie. Bastard or not, he is still a child. Your payment, Witcher. I want you to look into another matter.
Sure, I don't really have time, but tell me about it.
What would it involve?
Count Linus Maravel. You've heard the name?
Young, capable, handsome.
Yes. Yes, all that and more. And he's ambitious to a fault. Right after the Temerian delegation arrived in Loc Muin, his people began visiting the Nilfgaardian camp regularly.
You're curious to know the content of those letters.
I want you to learn the Count's plans. The man would sell his mother to please the Emperor. Find out what Maravel's messenger is carrying. If treason is involved, you must alert John Natalis.
I'll look into it.
You will be generously rewarded, I assure you.
How do I locate this messenger?
Look for my man Aldrich by the fountain here in the camp. He'll point the mage out to you.
Okay, I will consider doing this quest. Hopefully you're not trying to manipulate me, but I'll look into it, maybe. Okay, I guess we are going to meet with Aldrich now, the messenger.
It's you!
Alright. Hello?
Master Witcher?
Yes?
What do you want?
My lord, the Right Honourable Count Maravel requests the pleasure of your company. He says it's urgent.
Seems like everything is these days. Tell the Count I'll think about it.
Talk to Count Maravel. Alright, I'll do that as well. Alright, Kimbolt has a spy in the area named Aldrich. I'll talk to Aldrich and see if that guy can give me any information for Kimbolt. But I also need to talk to Count Maravel. Aldrich, you are Baron Kimbolt's friend. Have any information for me?
Aldrich, Baron Kimbolt said you'd point Hieronymus Lash out to me.
Perfect timing. Come with me.
Okay. Hieronymus Lash is apparently someone I need to deal with. Someone who's defending Marivolt? I guess. It's getting a little difficult to juggle all of these names. Like, I understand politics is a game about names and trying to juggle all these relationships, but it's just kind of a lot to throw at me at once.
Where's Lash?
Patience, mate. They should be here any minute. Look, I've done my bit. Up to you now.
Maravel's messenger. I need his scroll. Alright, I guess I'm just gonna outright attack him.
Stop there, White One.
What if I don't?
Then I'll fucking help you!
How flammable is that suit? That suit made out of pelts. Pretty flammable, it would seem. Now, the messenger is over here.
That's the one.
Got a lot of soldiers protecting you, huh? Fine, I'll cut my way through these guys as well. Take out 3 at once. Should just leave 1 left. Yep. And down you go. Nice. Alright, find that messenger.
Enough! You shall die. Here and now.
Oh, will I now? Another sorceress. Freaking so many sorceresses. Have some fire. Nope, nope. Ah, okay. So if I stand in one spot too long, an explosion will erupt underneath me. Got it. And this guy is warping around like crazy, making my job very difficult. As soon as I get close, he How am I supposed to fight this guy if the moment I get near him, he warps away? Like, literally. The moment I get anywhere near him, he just teleports away. Okay. This is a very stupid battle. This is a very stupid battle. I don't have any ranged attacks. I guess I have 3 daggers. No, they don't do anything. The daggers do nothing to him. Alright. I'm just gonna pause quickly and figure out how I'm supposed to fight this guy, because the game's certainly not gonna tell me. Okay, I have looked up what I need to do, and it is incredibly stupid. What I need to do is use the bear trap spell. I need to drop an ear den where he teleports. I have to memorize his movement pattern and figure out where he's going to go next, and put an ear den where he's going to appear. So, give me a moment to memorize his stupid attack pattern. And he should move over here. Yes, now he is trapped. Now I can do a bit of damage to Hieronymus Lash. Oh, I did a little bit of damage, but he moved away. Let me just place one more trap here if I can. And an electrical barrier that I cannot get through. Alright, now I'm just gonna fight you like a normal sorcerer, where I'll do 2 or 3 hits of damage to you, and then you'll have like 10 seconds of immunity, and then I'll have to wait for your electrical shield to die off. And then I can attack you again. Good. Wow, you were really obnoxious. Time to search your corpse and find the item that I need. The correspondence, that's what I need. Thank you. Thank you for the correspondence. So, a letter from Count Maravel to Shalard. Shalard is the guy who probably has Triss. I am happy to report that Anais has been handed over to the Kaedwenis in your excellency's name as per our agreement, now under Dethmolt's care. Yes, I knew that already. Sadly, not all went as planned. Foltest's bastard son Buse perished through a series of unfortunate coincidences. I mourn for the lad, yet I trust your excellency will see the advantages of this turn of events. Okay. So, the letter proves that the Count Maravel, is corroborating with Nilfgaard. He had arranged the attack. Okay, so it was not the guy I had previously accused a couple of minutes ago. Not Baron Kimbolt. It was indeed Maravel who attacked the bastard children. And therefore, it was Maravel's fault that the boy is dead. I'm going to have to talk to Count Maravel like he wants, but if I turn him in, this is going to shift the balance of power in Baron Kimbolt's favor. So I'll talk to Count Maravel first and see what he has to say, even though I know now that he is directly responsible for the deaths of the children. Oh, apparently Count Maravel is not marked on my map, so I have to go find him. Alright, forget about it. We're just going to talk to Natalis.
Roach may trust you, but I'm not so sure. What do you want?
I know what happened to the royal children. I mean, this quest probably goes on a lot deeper, but I wanted to talk to Count Maravel, but that person was not marked on my map, so forget it. Instead of wandering around for hours trying to find them, I'm just going to turn them in. Yeah, I'm going to accuse Maravel.
You have a traitor in your camp, Constable.
I know what the Temerian nobles think of me. They have no love for me and seek to subvert me at every step. And that is how it will stay as long as the throne remains vacant.
I'm not talking about you. Count Maravel is responsible for Busi's death, and for Anais landing in Kaedweni hands.
A grave charge, Witcher.
This letter clearly shows Count Maravel's men ambushed the convoy carrying Foltest's children. The boy was killed during the assault. They kidnapped Anais and handed her over to the Nilfgaardians.
Why? For what amount of gold? For what swathes of land did that tub of lard, dripping with wealth, go so far as to commit treason against the state? I thank you, Witcher. You have done us all no small favor, though the Count's trial will bring its own share of grief.
I'm sure that was definitely not the correct way to solve this problem.
That is the state of affairs, Baron. Count Linus Maravel is a traitor. He has betrayed us, he has betrayed Temeria, he has betrayed the entire North.
You have at last seen the light, Constable, and I am content. We must show the Count that even in this trying hour, Temeria remains strong, united.
I am absolutely certain. I didn't even get a chance to talk to this guy because I couldn't find him on my stupid map. But this is how it's going to be. I failed at least one quest, Yeah, the quest of talking to that guy. I'm sure if I had talked to that guy, Count Marivold, he would have said, "Help, that guy's trying to frame me." And I would have been able to solve that part of the quest. But you know what? No, we're not going to do that. Oh, good. The next part of this quest is collect my reward from Kimbolt, and Kimbolt is not marked on my map. Good. Great. I love games that make you wander around aimlessly trying to figure out where your quest objective is. That's so much fun. Here you are. Hello, Kimbolt.
Baron, about that generous reward you mentioned, I'm here to collect.
I see I was not wrong about you. A thug for hire, nothing more.
Yeah. Thank you for the 100 orens and the ceremonial sword. That was oh so very worth it.
You!
I said as I rolled my eyes. Now that we're done with this stupid quest in this stupid town, let's try and rescue Triss. Okay, now that we have sorted out this balance of power and completely shifted it, probably into the hands of somebody who should not be in power, because I'm so good at this, I need to either go save Triss or help Roche recover Foltest's children. I have to, I think, pick between one or the other at this point, so I'm not sure. I really want to save Triss, but I don't want to leave Roche stranded. Don't want to leave him hanging in the dark, so I don't know. Well, I think I'll figure that out next time. I'll either help Triss or I'll help Roche recover the children. I know I have to recover one of the children from Dethmolt. I don't know what happened to Bousset. I don't know if I've completely locked out finding Bousset, if he's even still alive at this point, because of how I've just solved this quest here. But what's done is done. What I need to do now is either save Triss or help Roche. And I'm not sure what I want to do first, and I'm not sure if doing one stops me from doing the other, in which case I definitely want to help Triss, but I don't think that's a pressing matter. I'm not sure. I'll figure out what to do next time. Until then, my name is Mike, and this has been The Witcher 2. Thank you for joining me.